This is Dabu7. Some important information here in regards to the inauguration of 2017 here involving Donald Trump. And if any of you are planning on going up here, I want to share some details here on what to expect. Now, this has been designated a national special security event. We've seen this before, and they'll treat this similar to what they did the DNC and the RNC, but on steroids, where they had cages within cages, and you name it. But there's going to be a lot of road closures that people need to be made aware of. B's done a good job of compiling a good list of stuff here. And what they've done is scroll down here, show you this map up close. You can see where it says vehicle restricted area, this whole perimeter going all the way down to the monument. They're saying that they're going to have the 14th Street Bridge HOV lanes, north and south, both closed. They did not state that that bridge would be closed itself. It's not marked in any of the maps, but that's coming from Crystal City, Pentagon City, across the Potomac, from Virginia, into Maryland, into D.C. This is a no-fly zone, and I'll talk more about the details of the protest here toward the end of this, but they're saying that all of these restrictions and street closures will go into effect for the 58th inaugural ceremony and parade starting at 3 a.m. on Thursday, January 19th, unless otherwise noted, until the parade concludes at approximately 6 p.m. on January 20th. So this parade is going to last at least out till dark on the 20th. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of people on the ground here and a lot of people on foot. Now, when we take a look here at this other map that they've provided, for the walking map, you can see the parade route entry points. If you want to get close to this parade, you're going to have to get to one of these entry points to come down, funnel down, to try to get close to see it. So someone that actually wants to be on the parade route to see Trump as he's coming down through here and all that, they're probably going to have to be in position for a minute while he's giving his speech and everyone's occupied with being down here and watching him put his hand on the Bible and all that good stuff. That's going to be the time that people are going to want to get in position, because once that's all said and done and they start this parade, you're not going to have a shot whatsoever at getting anywhere close, especially with only having this handful of ways to view it. Now it's going to come down Constitution Ave, up Pennsylvania Avenue. We'll hang a right and then a left. And the time frame there is still up in the air. We'll have to see how everything pans out. There's going to be concerts down here on the Lincoln Memorial side, and then things will shift around 11:30, where people will gather down here, where the whole ceremony will begin at 11:30 for the inauguration, and at 12, it should be on TV, him swearing in, all that stuff. There is a ticketed area that's down in this region, I do believe. It comes up to 3rd and 4th Street. There's 4th Street is pretty much the barrier where the non-ticketed begins. And this is for all the other people showing up that don't have a ticket. And a reminder, if you're trying to take the train system, they're going to allow people to go onto the trains leaving this event first. Those that have tickets to the parade or to anyone that has tickets, they will be allowed to go first. And then the rest of the people will have to wait. But they're going to extend the time frames, and you can see the metro stations that's they've got here. Here's Union Station. Right there. There's the White House. And you can also see that this is a non-ticketed area around the obelisk up here in this region. So all of this will literally be packed full of people. There will be no vehicles getting beyond the perimeter like I showed you here. So anyone trying to get down here, you're going to have to catch a cab out to the perimeter, get dropped off, and then everything else is going to be on foot. So just wanted to make that clear and show people the parade route, let it be known where you can expect to see that. And here's the press release as well. And there should be additional information there in the press release as to specific road closures in the whole perimeter to a T. And you can see here where they cut stuff off at around the White House. You can't have anything parked all the way in through this area as well. So it will make things tricky in terms of getting around. They're allowing no bikes as well. If you're media and you're anywhere up here around the Capitol itself or on the Capitol grounds, right here, you cannot have the tripod touching the ground, or they will pull their guns out and point them at you like they did us and yell at you and say, no tripods on the ground, no tripods on the ground. And then this is also the exact same area after that happened that me and Eric got zapped, live streaming. Both of our phones fried, wiped everything off of his phone down to what was on the SIM card, and just totally fried mine out. It was freezing it, glitching it all in the middle of a stream. And it's real up here when it comes to all the security state, the apparatus, all the hacking, all the other stuff that goes on up here. It's big time. You have to be on point. We're going to have a solid team up here on the ground, regardless of if I can make it up here or not. We're going to have people in position. I'm going to be running streams the 19th and the 20th. And we've already heard the plans here of what some of these protesters are going to do, because they're just putting it out there. And things will change as we get closer to the date. There'll be more stuff that pops up, more events. And really, we look to just have, small crews that can communicate back and forth on the ground. That way, if something happens, we've got someone there. We ain't gotta try to run or try to get everyone through a big old crowd. We'll have people in position because Union Station will be key. This is going to be a mounting spot for several groups. DuPont Circle and the McPherson Square that sits right here above the White House. These are going to be mount-up spots for protesters, as well as Logan Circle. They're going to start doing blockades on the 19th at 6:30 and 7 a.m. down here. Okay, they're going to disperse from there. There's going to be one group mounting up at Malcolm X Park, and then they're going to move on, and a lot of them are going to be congregating around McPherson Square. It's going to be a vocal point for a lot of these groups. They're going to be in different sections of that square, but at 10, there's going to be groups mounting up there, as well as groups mounting up at Logan Circle at 10 that are going to march off and do their thing down to the terminal or back or down to the White House. And I'll have more information as we get closer as to exactly what to expect. But just be prepared that on this day, there's going to be marches and stuff going down everywhere. There's another group, a permitted protest actually, happening around noon that's going to leave Union Station. It's going to head toward the parade route and I guess look to intercept it, because their whole goal is to get their people down here with drums and all this other stuff to wreak havoc and to try to postpone or block the parade route. We've already heard Disrupt J20 and other people out of that group say that they were going to go up and actually encounter the Secret Service pockets. We heard talk of people launching rockets, whether they meant fireworks or what, they were not clear. And they were also saying from drones, which, like I said, this is a no-fly zone. How they're going to get away with that is yet to be seen. But they've said these things, and we've seen people get the door kicked in and, or knock at the door or whatever for less. Threats against Obama on Twitter. People have gotten arrested and everything else, but people can say they're going to launch rockets from drones during this whole thing, during the parade or whatever else, and go after Secret Service agents, and it's like nothing happens to them. That's when I say these people are a part of it. They're a part of it. The same groups that were meeting with Obama and all these other alphabet gangs behind the scenes. And that's the way that this has gone this whole time with Black Lives Matter, all these other groups. This is going to be like any of those other events that we've covered in the past on steroids. There's been lots of people at these events. And as far as streaming goes, I'm going to say now with live streaming, we're going to try our best, but there's a plan in place here to get raw footage and to be able to upload clips and get the information out if the live streams don't want to hold up. Because we had B up in Cleveland with 1 million people on the ground when they won their championship up there, and it was almost impossible for him to hold down a signal because there were so many people. Now, the RNC, DNC, we were able to hold down streams, but there was nowhere near that many people. Now, those million people he was around up there, they weren't in a protesting type of atmosphere, so to speak. They were in a celebratory atmosphere up there in Cleveland when that happened. In D.C., this is going to be heated protesting, and a lot of it, like I said, hundreds of thousands expected to be up here. And they're planning on crashing the balls. The Deplore ball, these other big balls that are going down the night of the 19th on Thursday night, which will be the day that I will start initial coverage of the whole thing on my channel. There's groups saying that they're going to protest outside of these places, like outside the National Press Club, which there's going to be some interaction there. The people coming in and out, it's like 8 to 12 there. So the people that are coming in and out of that place, they're going to encounter these protests. There's going to be a confrontation, and they look to have these confrontations all over the place. So we look to have groups of journalists spread out all over the place where we have eyes and ears in the key spots. That way, if anything does pop off, we got cameras rolling. And I just want to let folks know that that's what it looks like thus far. And I will continue to update information as we approach this date, get closer to it. But this is key info. If you're planning on going up here, it's going to be a lot of walking. Like I said, no bikes. A lot of security up here. Police state, Go figure. I mean, this is D.C., the devil's playground. And this is going to be one to watch. Lots of people are going to be up here for this one. And, as soon as he puts his hand on that Bible and he's sworn in, we enter a new chapter here in this country, regardless of what anyone thinks of Trump or not. Love him, hate him. That's where we sit. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens up here, because I know that not all these protesters and protest groups during this event are going to be paid and George Soros backed. There's going to be a few legitimate ones, and I want to try to find the legitimate ones out there. And in a sea of 1 million people, well, we'll see what we get. And at the same time, exposing the paid protesters, the Soros-backed individuals, all that at the same time. And a lot of them leaving Union Station are going to be, for the permitted protest, they're going to be wearing all black. So a lot of these groups are going to be in all black. Easy to tell who they are. So, yeah. Anything else changes between now and then, I'll make sure to keep you guys posted. But that's a heads up on what to expect. The 19th and 20th, some road closures. You can click here on the press release. Read up on more information there connected to it. And we will have the biggest crew we've ever had covering an event, covering this one. It's going to be a big one. Multiple day event. And it's history. So we look to capture it, share it with you guys. Once again, a shout out to all you guys out there fighting the good fight. Everybody out there that plays their part. Everyone that shares the videos, that just clicks share and does it, it's appreciated. We are censored so much. They don't even send out the videos to a quarter of the subscribers. Make sure to click on the gearbox next to where it says subscribe as well. And when it pops up, open the window, click that you want to get emails and notified every time that I'm putting out a video, or else they're not going to let you know. And do that to any channel that you want to keep tabs on truly, because that's truly subscribing there to where you're going to get notified. So much love, you guys. Once again, it's been Dabu7 with some underground world news.